in this video we are looking at converting measures. So we're talking about converting something from inches to feet, or inches to yards, feet to miles, that sort of thing. Changing from even between different measuring systems. So if we wanted to convert from miles to kilometers, we can do that sort of thing. Now, personally, I think trying to memorize all of these conversions it can be challenging, and it's the type of thing that, right, you can Google this. For example, if I'm cooking in the kitchen, I don't always know off the top of my head how many pints are in a gallon, but I know I can ask Google, and that's a relatively easy thing to do. So yes, you're hearing your math teacher say sometimes it's okay to look something up. So my value here, what I want you to learn, is how to use a conversion factor. So rather than having to memorize how many inches are in a mile or that sort of thing, what I really want you to know is how to convert from one unit to another. And this is a skill that I think is very helpful. So what I mean, let's say I want to convert. I know I have something that is, let's say, 92 inches. And I want to convert this to feet. Okay, now we can use our conversion factor to solve this problem, and it makes it quite easy. So I know that every 1 foot is 12 inches. So this would be my conversion factor, 1 feet for 12 inches. I could also write it 12 inches for every 1 foot. Okay, now I can use this to help me convert this problem. So I know I've got 92 inches, and I want my final answer. I want to know how many feet that is. So I'm going to multiply by the conversion factor, and I want my answer to be in feet. So what I need to do is to have, so this will be the conversion factor that I want to use, because that has feet in the numerator. And then let's take a detour for a second. Let's say we're doing a problem like this. Right? We know that we can simplify here. And with this, we have a 7 in the numerator and a 7 in the denominator. And those, right, those simplify to 1, or we could also say they cancel out, right? They're both 7. So those cancel out. They become just 1 in this problem. And we can actually cancel out our units in the same way. So you'll notice I have inches in the numerator and inches in the denominator. So I can get rid of both of those. Those cancel out. And it leaves me with just feet as my units. And then it's just 92 times 1 over 12. So 92 divided by 12 will be my answer in feet. So we can solve that problem real quickly. 12 goes into 92 7 times. And we would get 7 and 8/12. So that would be 7 and 8/12 feet, or 7 feet and 8 inches in that case. Or 7 2/3 feet. So this is the sort of skill that I want you to have, is using these conversion factors. So I'm going to give you another example that's even trickier. So let's say we are working with, let's say, yards, and I want to turn it into inches. So let's say I have 30 yards, and I want to convert it to inches. Now, a nice thing with conversion factors, maybe you don't know how many inches are in a yard, but I bet you know there are 12 inches in a foot, and there are 3 feet in a yard. So if we were to look at this, we've got 30 yards, and I'm going to multiply by my first conversion factor. So again, I want to go ultimately to inches, so I want my answer to end up in inches. Now, how many feet are in a yard? There are 3 feet in 1 yard. And there are 12 inches in 1 foot. And you'll notice, again, I can do some canceling out. I've got yards in the numerator, yards in the denominator, feet in the numerator and feet in the denominator. So that leaves me with just inches, which is what I want my answer to be. Then I can just multiply. I have 30 times 3 times 12. So that will be 90 times 12. And we would get 1,080 inches. That's just a quick look at how to use conversion factors when converting between different units.